welcome back. Good to have you back and seeing our progress. I've changed a little bit. I've cut loose some of my facial hair, so it is still me though. But let's take a look and see what we've got going on here. I think a couple of things you can see out here. You can see that the brickwork's been done, but the really important thing is that we got windows and doors. We've had doors for a while to put in, but we've had a delay on our windows, and so we're real excited about having our windows back in place, back in town, and we're ready to get them all in, and most of them are there. So let's take a look inside and walk around again and see how much progress has been made. Welcome to the inside. This is some of what we've got going on. Like you can see the door going on in the background, but if you look into the walls, you can see that they've been doing a lot of the electrical work, been putting a lot of the boxes and wires in, and hopefully next week they'll be finished with that, and they'll get to the point where they can insulate it. We're in our laundry room here, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the layout of our laundry room and our cabinets. If you go over here and you look down here, you're going to see where it's stubbed out for our plumbing. We're going to have a kind of a utility sink in here, and then across the top on both sides, we're going to have cabinets. And the original design was to have lower cabinets in the corner here, basically washer and dryer, and then lower cabinets over here, and then some lower cabinets on the opposite wall as well. But we decided we didn't need all those lower cabinets in here, so we've decided to take them out of here and actually not get rid of them, but actually move them to our pantry area, and we'll walk around and I'll show you that here in just a second. All right, so we're in the pantry area now, and all we were really going to have in here were some standing shelves, and so this is the area where we decided to use the cabinetry that was going to be in the laundry room. We're going to put in this area right here. We're actually going to have a water hookup in here so that we can put water to an ice maker and maybe our coffee machines, so that we can set up our coffee scenario here and kind of have a little coffee bar inside here where it doesn't clutter everything up on the outside. But we're excited about that. It's going to make a nice little area for us to have coffee and maybe a few other things, but it's going to turn out nice. This is our view from our back porch area. It's going to be nice. We're going to be looking out to the west. So we'll have setting sun at night. We're going to have rising sun in the morning on the front of the house. I talked to the builder this morning, and we talked about insulating and what we're going to do. And one of the areas here is that when you're above the porch and some areas in the garage where the upper level is still open, I asked him how that was going to be insulated, and he said they're going to basically cover it and then spray foam on the outside of it. They're going to put some of this sheeting on it and then spray foam it so that it creates kind of a thermal barrier from the upper level to keep some of this cold air or hot air from the different times of the year from going into the attic and then creating either hotter or cooler temperatures into the house, because we won't have insulation above the ceiling. We're going to have spray foam on the ceiling, and we're going to have batten insulation on the walls, and so that should take care of our insulation issues, and it should insulate really well. Yeah, so we are going to take and screen in our back porch. Again, I spoke with the builder of how and when all that takes place. He basically said that they wait till almost the very end of the house build so that they don't damage it in anything they do as they're bringing anything in or out or doing landscaping work around it. So one of the last things we'll see here is the building or the finishing of the screened-in porch. So again, we're excited about that. That's going to be nice. It's going to keep those mosquitoes out. The framers, when they came through, they basically put together these 4 sawhorses to aid them as they were framing up the house, and then they left them here when they're done. But a lot of wood that gets left over, they just leave it for scrap because they put nails in it, just like this here. You can see nails all the way through it. Now this isn't a real big piece, but there's some 12 footers and 10 footers, 8 footers. There's some treated wood. Well, I went through all that, took all the nails out. I still have a few short pieces here I still need to do to finish that up, but that's going to be the basis that I'm going to use that for building my pump house over here. We'll walk over here and take a look and show you kind of what I have in mind for that. You know, hopefully in the next week or two, we're going to get after that and get this pump house done. All right, so here's the well. We had this drilled, gosh, I don't know what it's been. It's probably been 8-9 months ago. And the idea was to build a pump house around it. I'm basically going to build about a 6x8 well house here to hold it. And that's also going to be where we bring electricity into it. We actually set up some valves for irrigation and how the water's going to come out of here. But I'm going to basically take the base out of here. I'm going to cut the PVC pipe, and basically they told me how to do this, so I'm not just making this up, inventing it as we go. They basically said cut the PVC pipe, you can move this stuff out of the way, and then you can lay your cement pad. Once we get to that point, then we start framing up and finishing up our well house. But I've already talked to the electrician. We're going to bury a line over here, and then that way we're going to be able to get our well powered up here and make sure it still works. Hey, thanks again for joining us and watching our progress. We hope that you'll come back and watch some more as we continue to move this project forward and get our house built and do some things on our land here. If you like what we're doing, click on the like and subscribe button at the bottom and keep coming back and following us, and tell your friends about us. Again, thanks for coming and have a great day.